Welcome. What am I eating? A surprise.
Hello, everybody.
Let me get... Oh, man. What in the world? Oh, you gotta... Kidding me. I fell off. How did I fall off? I didn't fall off. I didn't fall off. I am chewing. Bro. Always. It always tries to connect to the Wi-Fi. I don't know why it's trying to connect to a Wi-Fi. Am I eating in the car? Yes, because it's dinner time. It was turned off. It turns on and tries to connect. I turned it off. It was off. But yeah. What am I eating? A surprise. So yeah. I was eating something. It's dinner time. Am I not supposed to eat?
We're eating dinner late, as a matter of fact.
Well, not really.
It's 8. After 8.
People eat dinner at 8. How's the house? Well, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm eating a chicken taco. I'm just kidding. Looked at me like, what the? Oh, thank you for the corgi dog, whatever that was. Thank you.
When I eat something, it makes me cough.
Thank you for the gift points. Oh no. Let there be light. And there was. I'm just kidding. Hey, Ricky. Hello. Hey, guys. Man. How do some of these people do it? I can't do it anymore. I know what that says. You can't prank me with that one. That mic one. You can't prank me. No, I didn't say I was getting a house soon. I said I'm working on getting a house. Do you know that right now is not a good time to buy a house anyways? It's gonna take a while just to get a house. It doesn't happen right away. I'm working on some things. What am I eating? It's an invisible meal. You can't see me because it's dark. Well, there's a light on, but if you try to see me, it won't recognize me. Green screen is weird. Am I saving for a car? No. Why would I be saving for a car if I have one? It doesn't run. It runs. Not enough to like use it as a daily driver, but it runs. Oh, I just bit my lip. So yeah. Why does this always fall apart? Look at the balloons!
Aww.
Thank you. That was crazy. Thank you for the balloons. I don't think I've ever gotten that gift. Thank you. It really helps. I'm pissed off. Almost that. Thank you for the confetti. I'm kind of sad. This money that I have for these bills, I could have used. Thank you for the lanterns to get my camera. I'm trying as hard as I can to work on getting a place because, excuse me. Thank you. I can't make content out of this car, and I'm losing out on a lot of money. I'm losing out on lots of money. I can't do it anymore. That money could have went to the camera that I needed to get, but instead, here we are. I'm eating what? Oh, I forgot to turn it down. Oh my god. There we go. I know I don't need a camera. I need a house. That's why I said if I didn't have these bills and I had a place, I would get a camera. Why do people just not listen? People never really listen. What bills? Well, first of all, storage is due. Second of all, I gotta get my stuff, well, my tablet at a pawn. there's that. So yes, I do got bills. My tablet's in pawn because I pawned it to pay the rent at the last place we were staying at. So, yeah. Thank you for the gift points. You're indirectly begging with a sob story. I'm begging because I said I have bills and that's where my money is going towards, because I already have the money for the bills. Somebody please help this lost soul. You need some serious help, because first of all, where did I make up a sob story when I said if I didn't have these bills, I could use this money to get a camera? What part of I have the money for the bills don't you understand? Somebody help this guy. Cause boo. Like if you were trying to be a troll, you couldn't be, thank you for the gift points, you couldn't be any more stupider. Instead of trying to be a troll that doesn't get paid, I would suggest you buy yourself a YouTube camera and start doing YouTube, because you're missing out on a lot of money. And maybe worry about yourself instead of worrying about me and my sob stories, because nowhere did I make a sob story saying help me or indirectly telling anybody anything. I said if I didn't have these bills, I could get a camera. And what makes you think that I'm expecting people to gift me for a camera when I don't have a house? That makes no shred of sense. I still gotta do laundry on top of everything else, which is coming, you know, out of the money that I just got paid, which I still have to hang on to. There's so much stuff upon starving and everything else, but I'm trying the best that I can with my situation. So maybe worry about yourself and don't worry about others, because words do hurt people. And maybe I would suggest choosing a better hobby than being an unpaid troll, okay? Because trolling is not paying you worth a dime. I make more money than you do trolling. So that says as little as what I need to know about your life and how you survive, because you're just mad you can't do what I can. Okay? So maybe go stand on a street corner somewhere and hold up your sign. Don't worry about me, okay? I'm trying to be as nice as I can and respond nicely to people and not be rude, but sometimes people push me, and I'm not angry right now. I'm just saying, what sob story? You're mad, you would go live and it would be crickets. You would be talking to 0 people with no gifts. I could care less how many gifts I get. Big gifts, small gifts, any gifts are welcome. Even if I get no gifts, I'm still on live. Who cares? I ain't out here like Ashley Trevino telling people to send galaxies to get a follow, and then you like, do you know the amount of money she made? Galaxies are $20 a galaxy. This lady makes so much money and her kids still don't have a bed, but yet she's somehow better than me. Even though I don't force my mom to be in the car, she has a shelter she can go to. We know what that shelter is like. Why? So I have to call my mom every single day and worry that something didn't happen to her because that's what you want? You assume life is so easy that I'm just supposed to get up, walk, get out of the car, and miraculously we have a place. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Like, life does not work where it's easy and convenient for everybody. It may be easy, convenient for you, or for some of you guys that grew up in rich family households, but it's not easy, convenient for me. Okay, I'm trying the best that I can with my situation. There's only so much I can do. The holidays are approaching. Places aren't open. I gotta get a hold of places to get important documents. I gotta work towards getting a house. What are you doing? Being online, being a troll, and not getting paid for nothing? You don't like me, but you're here. You claim all of this stuff. She's like, so what if people send me gifts? Who cares? It's not your money. Why are you trying to dictate how people spend their money? All of a sudden, I'm explaining what I gotta do with my money, and that's a sob story. Yeah, you know what's a sob story? Well, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. Let a white woman come on this app and cry that Christmas hasn't been holly and jolly.
Okay,
but you guys, which I'm not saying they don't have a right to do, but they come on this app crying, and yet everyone's like, oh, I feel so bad for her. And I'm not trying to be rude towards that certain person, because you know who. But it's just like, we're all going through something, right? And I'm so sick and tired of, I get ragged on. I can't even go through anything. I can't even tell anybody anything, because then I get attacked. But people like that could come on the internet and everyone is all like, oh my God, like I feel so bad.
They're concerned about you getting gift points because they ain't getting any.
I don't get
Oh,
it.
look at that, Tophia.
Yeah, I saw the lantern. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen that gift before. Thank you.
Aww.
You haven't seen it. Thank you. I'm trying the best that I can. Sorry, my nose. Jesus Christ. People are gonna say I'm crying. That's my nose. Sorry. Dude, that's gross. Hold on. Sorry. But it's just crazy. People have no empathy for nothing. Thank you for the galaxy. You got a lady that comes on live, right? And then that's another thing. She literally said that she was going to do another giveaway. What kind of a dummy does another giveaway after you didn't give nothing away the first time? And don't bring up my giveaway, because I literally explained my giveaway. If you don't like it, you can hit the road, Jack. Like, I don't know. People are just so dumb. We had a goal, we had to hit, we didn't hit it. What makes you think that when anything, right, when someone says, let's hit this goal and you don't hit it, what makes you think I'm supposed to just do something anyways? The issue being is that loser who was on live, loser, like doing the owls, is crying his ass off because his age got exposed. But you're over here talking shit to people. You're like, oh, I don't know if he was the one that told that alleged T-Page, like, you're a grown adult playing Fortnite. You're a loser. Hanging around a 34-year-old. You almost went to jail. Talking about you're crying concerned about your warrants or whatever you got with the police. But you was over here, loser. Thank you for the gift points and thank you for the subscriptions. But who's the loser now? Didn't I not tell you? Look. Thank you.
What was that?
It was like, I forget what it's called. Thank you for the good morning. But look at the train. This loser lost his food truck because he screwed up his family business running around with a 34-year-old. Like I said, you're not bringing good business to your family business. You're bringing bad business because thank you for the gift points. That's crazy. You're a 19-year-old deadbeat dad that can't even take care of his kid, running after a 34-year-old deadbeat mother that can't even have the respect to do anything for her kids. You're so eager to hang out with a 19-year-old that you're not eager enough to hang out with your children. What kind of a mother goes online being so happy to underage drink with a 19-year-old that's calling people losers, but then and then she had the audacity to say that all of her money was going to him in his time of need, that all of that money should go to a bed that your kids should have, not an air mattress. Like, you have CPS coming to your house and But you won't sleep in their air mattress. You won't sleep on the air mattress. You'll sleep in a bed. But when your friend said, oh, you can come over with me and sleep on my air mattress, you are willing to do so. You don't go out of your way for your children. And yesterday, I was riding a fast scooter. Because, you know those scooters, it's like the bikes that you pay to ride. That's what I was doing yesterday. We went and saw a house with a bunch of Christmas lights. We went to this famous house, but the Christmas lights were off. And we found another house that was really cool. And we went to try to go see that giant luminaria, but we couldn't. So I was watching the live stream as it was going down yesterday. But, you know, I was out enjoying Christmas. But what's crazy to me is that people keep gifting this woman who gets Louis Vuitton bags, who literally tells people, send me galaxies and I'll follow you. You're so desperate for a follower. And let's talk about this unfollow spree. What makes you think that it's going to be worth it to unfollow her on December 31st if TikTok's going to go January? We're all going. It's not going to matter. Why are you telling people to unfollow her then? Just unfollow her now. Why do you got to wait till December 31st? Unfollow her now. Like, it doesn't make sense why you're telling people to unfollow her if TikTok's literally going to be banned and we're all going to bite the dust. They're like, what do you think you're sticking it to her by unfollowing her? TikTok's going to be banned.
That's why they're saying follow her then. Because then...
No, unfollow her.
I mean, unfollow her then because they won't really have to. TikTok's going to go pretty soon.
People fail to realize when you say good, it's the TikTok ban is not affecting creators. You are literally talking about people that have 9-to-5 jobs working at the TikTok headquarters. So why are you saying good when people that have 9-to-5 jobs that are not influencers are losing their job because TikTok's being banned? When you say good, you're talking about people that have small businesses that thrive from TikTok. You're not talking to the content creators who you think are going to have to go get up and get a 9-to-5 job because we'll just go to YouTube. Like, the content creators are not suffering. It's the people that actually have 9-to-5 jobs, like the moderators that have to sift through live streams, that have to approve or not approve comments. Those are the people that are losing their job. You think because you're saying good because of content creators, I'm not affected. Not the slightest. I'm literally monetized on Instagram. I'm also monetized on YouTube, so I'm not bothered. That ban is not affecting me. It's affecting other people. It's affecting, what it's really affecting is the nonprofit organizations that benefit people like Miss Shirley, who I follow Miss Shirley, who literally did a toy drive for children in need. That's the people who it greatly affects. It affects people like people with small businesses. It affects disabled people who are on a fixed income that literally have to, when did I make fun of 9-to-5 workers? You're the ones that make fun of 9-to-5 workers telling me. You literally said good, like if people that don't have 9-to-5 jobs with TikTok are not about to lose their job. Where are these people gonna go? What's good about that? Because you want to stick it to the content creators and tell them, oh, now you guys have to go get a real job, when literally we're not the ones being affected. Millions of people are being affected. That includes small business owners. That includes people that work 9-to-5 jobs. You're mad because I called you out because you don't like it. And it was not to all 9-to-5 job workers. It's those that think they can harass somebody and not get the same energy back because you're pissed off. Maybe stop projecting your insecurities on others. You hate your job? Quit. Nobody's forcing you. Why are you taking it out on me because you hate your job? I didn't tell you to go work there and hate your job. You don't like it, find something better to do with your life. I'm going through a situation. Who cares? TikTok's not stopping me from having my house. You don't realize that I don't need TikTok. What I'm working on to get this house has nothing to do with TikTok. I don't have to get another job. I don't. So let's get that 100% correct. Like, it's crazy. Like, TikTok is not stopping me from getting my house because what I'm doing has nothing to do with TikTok. I don't need TikTok money to get a house. And when I do get a house, I'll have enough money to buy my camera and all my equipment. So I'm good. Like, you're not stopping me from doing YouTube. I'm gonna work on my YouTube. You're not preventing me from doing anything involving social media because I'll just go right to YouTube. I'm monetized. I'm not gonna have to deal with the stress of working a 9-to-5 job and have to worry if I'm about to be let go because somebody harassed my job. No, thank you. No, thank you. You guys think that you're just going to sit here and lie on my name and spread these false rumors and false accusations, and you could just go on about your merry way? Like, if I'm not gonna work towards getting a lawyer, let's be for real. I'm not gonna let anybody bring me down. You thought you could run me off the internet, but you're not. It's not happening. It's not gonna work the way you think it's gonna work. You think TikTok being banned is just gonna make me be like, oh, well, let me get up and go. No, I don't have to go get a job because what I'm doing with my involving getting a house, it's funny, it doesn't have anything to do with TikTok. TikTok being banned is the least of my worries. I'm not gonna sit here and say good, although I did say I'm kind of sort of glad on my point of view because of being doxxed, harassed, and TikTok did nothing. That's why I'm glad it's being banned on that part. But to say, oh, well, we're glad that TikTok is being banned and it's affecting people who work 9-to-5 jobs, people who have businesses that are thriving. You don't think of them. TikTok was helping them, now they're screwed. They're left like, well, what do I gotta do? Right? That's not good for those people because you think you're sticking it to people. I thought we was all in agreement that 9-to-5 jobs suck. So why is it you who hate your job want someone else to work a 9-to-5 job that you hate yourself? It's not easy for people to get a job, especially people of color. Imagine what happens if TikTok goes and people of color are stuck. Content creators who worked years to build their platforms, because it's not easy for people of color who are content creators to build their platforms as easy as it is for white people. Like that Axel, or what's his name? The one who got modeling contracts, got all of these deals because he just documented himself living in a tiny apartment in New York City. That's crazy. Now, people of color are going to have to struggle to get a job even more because they can discriminate against you. They rolled back the DEI laws. You know what DEI laws are? Those are the laws that were put in place so that employees couldn't discriminate against you. Now they can. But you think it's just so easy for everyone to go out and be like, hey, let me apply, and then you get the job. That's not how it works. And you think that people won't get rejected out of McDonald's or a Domino's? That they're just supposed to hire? How do you get rejected from anybody can. That's how it works. Just because it's McDonald's doesn't mean they hire everybody. Let's be for real. I haven't even tried. I've tried way before I did social media. So let's not talk about I didn't even try. You want to know what happened when I tried? I got discriminated against because of my looks, which people will not believe that. But if I was to go and film, I would literally show you to your face. Actually, the same place that I tried to apply at, which I did apply, which was Dunkin' Donuts, told me they had no job, only to turn around when my dad called them to hire me. My dad was the one who got me the Dunkin' Donuts job because he told her I was having a hard time getting a job. You know what happens when they tell you to go apply online? I'll tell you what happens when they tell you to go apply online like they told me. Apply online is they're not going to call you back. If they give you an application in person, they want to hire you. If they tell you to go apply online, they're not even going to look at the computer screen. They're not going to take the time to look at the computer screen. They'll look at a paper application before they decide you, because they would always tell me, oh, we don't have applications. We don't have paper applications. You have to apply online. And I applied online, heard nothing. I applied to several places. Taco Cabana. Thank you for the gift points. I applied at Taco Cabana. I've applied at KFC. I've applied at Wendy's. I've applied at Dunkin' Donuts. I applied at Taco Bell. Church's Chicken. I applied at Walmart. I applied at Target. I applied everywhere I could apply. I tried Dave & Buster's. Yes, I applied a lot of places. Say I didn't do that. I did that for the longest time. That's why I went and did that program through Goodwill where I got some training, right? So I know how to run a register. I can be a cashier if I wanted to, right? I applied at Goodwill and Goodbuys, which is a branch off of Goodwill. It's a 99-cent store that only sells clothes for 99 cents, but it's a Goodwill store. Then I realized this isn't cutting it. I want to do social media because I applied at jobs and couldn't get hired. I couldn't get hired. And what, you're gonna say I got fired for hygiene when you don't know shit? Where did I say I got fired for hygiene in my video? Nowhere did I say that. I said my boss bullied me. So let's not condone bosses bullying people, considering the fact that the way she treated me was not only because I had a learning disability, but it was something else because she also had a relative that had Down syndrome. The way that she treats her disabled coworkers is crazy. I was probably the only one that had a disability there, because my dad told her I had a learning disability. That's why she treated me a certain way. She literally told me I had to work up towards minimum wage. When can someone tell me, when you start at McDonald's, don't you start at minimum wage? How do you work up towards minimum wage? I was only making $200. How is that enough to even survive or live on my own with a $50 bill? I literally didn't mind giving my parents $100 because I lived under their roof. I only had $100 spending money. 50 of it went to my phone bill. The most money I ever earned or made at Dunkin' Donuts was $400 because I worked overtime, which she didn't like anybody working overtime. If I didn't finish my job, she would tell me get off the clock and go home because they refused to pay people overtime. She had no choice but to have me work overtime because the person who was supposed to show up was running late. So she didn't have a choice. She didn't have a choice. You hate liars? Well, I hate liars too. So maybe stop telling people what you think is so easy. You know what? Why don't you go work your 9-to-5 job and stop being rude? You're the type of person I feel would take their anger out on someone because you stated otherwise. That's what I think. I think you hate your job so much that one day you just took it on somebody who didn't deserve it. Let's be for real. You are mad at the wrong person. You need to redirect your anger towards yourself, because the only reason why you are not successful is because you don't believe enough in yourself. You want to bring everyone down to your level. If you had the opportunity, if you had the opportunity right now to make $10,000 for one post, just posting, you would. And don't say you wouldn't. No one's forcing you to work a job. Post that video. Make money. Why are you taking it out on content creators? What did I do to anybody? I didn't do nothing to nobody. I just went live. And now you're all mad. And for what? Why are you so mad at me? You're literally applauding a mother who has people constantly coming to her door, knocking on her door while she's hiding in the corner, which is very dangerous for her kids, by the way. Accepting Christmas plates from random people saying someone sent me. I would never eat food someone brought me to my door. Unless it was a neighbor that I knew for a very long time. Even then, I wouldn't even trust a neighbor. You don't know if someone could have poisoned that, even though I know he said he didn't poison it, but safety first. You don't just start ripping open a plate and start shoveling it down. Like, you could have been seriously, you're putting yourself in so much danger. And to the Anthony Blackwell guy, I need you to take several seats. You need to stop getting applauded for talking about Ashley Trevino, because you stopped talking about Nurse Hannah because your grimy ASS got exposed for SAing your stepsister and your other relatives when they were minors, and you're calling out Ash Trevino talking about, I'm getting a hold of CPS. They have no choice but to listen to me. And everyone's over here applauding this dirty man who literally made a video not even after he got called out. He waited to think of what he was going to say and then lied and said it was another Anthony Blackwell and he was being targeted. You was talking about Nurse Hannah before, wasn't you? Why are you talking about Ash now? Why'd you stop talking about Nurse Hannah? Because you got exposed. His username used to be that one narcissist. You referred to yourself and called yourself a narcissist. And then come on this app and expect us to believe that you were falsely framed, that it was another Anthony Blackwell. No. You used to be called that one narcissist. You're a narcissist. You're not going to gaslight the internet and tell us what we didn't see and what we didn't hear. Why do you have no rights to be talking about children's safety when you put children in danger? You're a weirdo. You're not doing good for Ash Trevino. You're trying to cover up your past and make people think you're a better person. That's why you're pretending to care about her daughters, so people would not even have to look into what you did. You could blame it on another man who has an oddly similar name to yours that did close to the same thing, so you're gonna pin it on him and say it was him, when let's not lie. Okay? Stop using Ash Trevino's situation to make yourself look like a good person. You are not a good person, Anthony. So get offline. Ash Trevino needs to be careful, because you need to stay far away from her daughters. You shouldn't even be mentioning children with an SA record like that. And your sister-in-law, or not sister-in-law, your stepsister has to come online with no justice while you're sitting online making videos, going viral. Like as if nothing happened. You need to be sitting in jail too. The police need to be investigated on you. Someone needs to call the police and check your hard drive, sir. You can't come on this app. You SA'd minors, and you think you're any better by calling CPS on Ash Trevino? You think making that video crying on the internet after you called yourself that one narcissist and is like making people believe you? You're a gaslighter. That video didn't move me. Why did you wait so long to come out and say that you were lied on? Why didn't you come out right away? Because you were thinking of what to say. You were thinking of what manipulative thing you could say to the internet to gaslight them to believe that you're this great, wonderful guy that's trying to save Ash's kids. You're a weirdo. Calling CPS is only going to put them in a worse home than Ash Trevino. CPS don't do ish for the children. We can scream to the top of our lungs all we want. Scream to the top of our lungs all we want. Call CPS this. Let me tell you something, sir. Nurse Hannah's son is going to get put into a worser home than Nurse Hannah because you decided yourself that you wanted to call CPS. Do you think Ash Trevino's kids are going to get put in a better home? Her kids are going to hate you. Of course we can agree she's not a good mother. Of course we can agree Nurse Hannah's not a good mother. To be honest, the system is not for the kids. They'll get put into another home that's only going to treat them worse because the only thing that foster parents care about is the government checks that they're going to get from having these kids. The only reason why people choose to take in and foster these kids is for a government check. They don't care how the kids are, how they look. They'll treat them even worse. It's sad, but it's true. Look up the percentages before you just think, hey, let me call CPS. That's not going to do any good. Those girls are going to get put in a home that is 10 times horrible than Ash. And I'm not saying Ash is a good home. Right now, that's not even worth it. Right now, I think the grandparents should just take the kids. That's what I think. I think they should just take the kids and say, no, they're not going back with you. You need to get better. Because they're going to go to a home that's worse. And their grandparents, at least, are somewhat better to an extent. Because if they really cared about those kids, they wouldn't be sending them back. But here we are in the situation where the CPS system does not care about kids. Where do you go from here? That's a hard thing that we have to think about. Like, what do we do then? If CPS is not good for kids, then who are we supposed to call to get a better home for the kids? There's nothing we can do. It's like being stuck in a rock and a hard place. We think we're doing good, but we're not. You have to really think about what you're doing. And what you're doing is not best for the kids either way. We don't call it's not good for the kids. We call it's still not good for the kids. It doesn't matter. Like, it sucks. That's how the world is. You can call the police so many times before they really do anything. The police ain't gonna care about Ash Trevino. They're really not. You could call the police so many times on her, and there is nothing. There is nothing. The police, like, how many times are you going to call the police in hopes that something happens and it never does? The only thing you're doing are giving people content to post more content. You don't want her to have this fame, but then you keep calling the police to get people to make more videos. Maybe just stop doing those things. Just ignore her and unfollow her now. Don't wait till December 31st. Unfollow her now. Why do you gotta wait till December 31st? That's like dumb. That doesn't make sense. Well, we're all Ash unfollowing spree December 31st. No, Ash unfollowing spree now. I don't follow her. Thank God. But that's crazy. Well, that's what people are saying in the comment sections. Because there's this unfollowing spree on this creator. And I guess they're trying to do it with Ash too. Because there's another guy that they're saying unfollow him on December 31st. But they're also doing it to Ash. And to you it may be a bit much. But you know. It may be a bit much, but a lot of people are doing it. Sorry, I accidentally turned it off. It may be a bit much, and I have to repeat this because I don't know if it came back. But people are doing this unfollowing spree because they said unfollow this creator, and now they're saying unfollow Ash, which is, mind you, like, if you want people to unfollow her, just tell them to unfollow her now. Why do you gotta wait till December 31st? TikTok's gonna go like weeks after anyways. You know? Hold on, guys. Like, TikTok's gonna go soon. What's the point? It's not gonna hurt her, is it? I'm just saying. What's the real reason? Oh, thank you. I try. I don't know, it's tough. Sorry, my nose and my leg. I can't even process. You know, it just sucks. It's like people are like, worry about yourself. You know what pisses me off? Is that when people constantly come in my comment section talking shit on me, saying that Ash Trevino, this same lady who said that she dragged her daughters by her hair, is better than me. When I'm just trying to be a better person. Just because people are mad they didn't like what I said to them. Oh, she talks about dead relatives. Okay, so you didn't have anything to say when people in my DMs, or when someone in my DMs told me they were gonna dig up my dead baby sister and feed her to the dogs. But I'm supposed to say her not say anything about their dead relatives, right? I'm not supposed to say nothing. Or when people brought up my dad's mom, doxed her name, by the way, and said, how is she doing, knowing that I said she died? Like, I'm not supposed to? I'm not supposed to say anything? So I'm supposed to just not say anything about their dead relatives when they started with me first? When all people do is bring up my other dead grandma as well and tell my mom, your mother's probably looking up from hell saying, help me. But I'm supposed to be nice to those people, even though the usernames that I go after and talk about their dead relatives, you don't even see what they send me in DMs. You want to know why? Because I'm not risking my monetization again to show you what I get sent. So if I say anything to anybody, it's warranted, whether you've seen it or not. They shouldn't have started with me in DMs first. And I don't have to say, well, they sent me a nasty DM. I don't target people for no reason. For every action, there's a reaction. So don't sit here and tell me that I'm not warranted to say anything when you didn't see the DMs that half of these people send me. So let's not go there. It's crazy. Why are we justifying horrible human beings and then saying that I'm so rude to them, even though I'm not? It's warranted for the DMs that I got. My sister was born dead. She was a stillborn. She didn't even get to be born alive. So why are you talking about someone's dead sister? You don't know nothing. You think it's the same thing as talking about someone's child. They have a right to crash out over their child. Don't talk about people's children and you won't get treated a certain way. It's the same thing. You talk about my grandmothers, you talk about my dead relatives, I'm gonna go to hell, okay? I'm gonna go low for you. You don't talk about my dead sister. I'm warranted. I am warranted to say whatever I want to you at that point. You talk about my dead relatives, it's game over. You don't get to sit here and cry and do the victim Olympics. Well, not victim Olympics, but I'm a victim. You're not a victim. Any person would justify a content creator saying anything because behind their child. Right? If any other content creator crashed out because someone talked about their child, I feel it's valid because you shouldn't bring up children, period. You bring up my dead relatives, it's over for you. You don't get to sit there and say, well, she brought up people's dead relatives. You don't see the DMs they send me. So maybe don't even insert yourself, because then you'll get it. And when someone is not okay and they're crashing out, they lash out on any and everybody. Even if it's someone that didn't deserve it, they might lash out on you. So if you don't want that warranted energy, then I would suggest staying out of conversations that have nothing to do with you. Some of you guys love to insert yourself in situations you know nothing about. You try to join in on my situations when you wasn't even there from the beginning and don't know nothing. But then you speak on it as if you know. Let me tell you something. Again, today, I don't know why I have to keep explaining this to people. Well, not explaining, but I have to keep saying this. But I do. Underage people do not interact with my page. I don't know why I have to keep asking that, but it's so annoying. This girl had the nerve to fat shame me while talking about someone's infested DICK. Why is your child online with that as their bio? Talking about someone's infested private parts and they're a minor. I blocked that account. You are blocked on my main. You have your face covered with your friend at a park. Because I was like, who's this person body shaming? We went to the account and said, oh, I'm not saying nothing. I'm blocking you. You body shamed me, and then you had your bio as someone's telling someone they have an infested private. First of all, where's your parents? Why do you have a disgusting bio like that? I am not a babysitter. Someone needs to come collect their children. Telling me to go get a job and then calling me and then body shaming me. Girl, you don't got a job either. Your parents are struggling to pay the bills as we speak. Your parents can't even afford you, and here you are on the internet talking down on someone else when your parents are struggling the worst. Maybe you should go get a job and help your parents. Oh, wait, you can't. And I wouldn't even condone that anyways. No minor should have to help their parents. But yeah, you're one message away from losing your phone privileges. Because I can reach out to your parents and be like, this is what your child's doing on the internet. I respectfully ask that I be left alone. That's why people get blocked. Then they go crying, she blocked me. You are underage. I'm not going to argue with a minor. I'm not going to do it who's doesn't understand being an adult, because you're not paying any bills. You want to lose your phone privileges for forever? When your parents find out what you do on the internet, they're going to really take your internet privileges away. For good. This is the reason why TikTok gets in trouble. Because they don't care about the minor safety. But then again, it's not TikTok's fault. It's these parents' faults for letting their children unattended on social media. Who leaves their minor children unattended on social media is crazy. Who does that? Who does that? Like, who does that? Oh, yeah? Well, let me help you. I lied about being SA'd. See? Here comes the victim shaming. Talk. Oh, you gotta pay. Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp. Somebody had to get paid. Not you. My phone is halfway. I have to get off and get some sleep. And charge my phone. I'm not talking about that situation. Because I'm not talking about that person. Sorry. Nope. Not. We're not talking about that. So, I almost said something, but I better not. That sounded like gunshots. That's crazy. You have a fan base? I don't consider people fans. I consider people supporters. There's like celebrities that have fans and then there's supporters. So, yeah. Oh, that sounded like gunshots. Why is my hand burnt? I got bit by something. And why are you saying that? You don't have no proof. You can't accuse someone of CP if you've never called the police to have the police look in their phone. Like I said, if you feel that way, call the police and I'll hand over my phone and show them I don't have that. You can't sit here and make these claims and then... That's like me knowing that someone has that and then not calling the police. There was a lady that went up into a live stream, and I watched this in real time, and accused this guy of sending her CP. Then people said, whoa, wait a minute. What? Then when they started analyzing it a lot more, they said, wow, how come you didn't call the police? Like, you said you got sent that and you saw it. And then said, how is it that you have that in your phone, but you didn't call the police? If it's CP, then why do you have it? And then come to find out it wasn't even a child, nor was it CP. It was a video with 2 consenting adults that this lady tried to say was CP and lied on this person. But the moral of the story is you can't just make claims. That's like saying, I know someone watches CP. Thank you for subscribing, but I'm not going to call the cops. If I knew someone had that, and if I knew someone was doing that, I would call the police. That's it. That's all. How many times have I been telling people, tell the police that? I'll show them my phone. No one has ever called the police for that. You can't make claims on the internet and then, like, that's dumb. You can't just do stuff like that. Oh yeah, you have proof? Okay. You're one dummy for saying that. Did you not think before you said that? Why do you have CP in your phone? Why do you have CP in your phone? Did people not catch that? Did people not catch that? You just told people you have CP in your phone. And if I was people, I would find out who that username is and call the police. Because why do you have CP in your phone? If you claim you have proof and you're saying it's CP, then why are you telling people you have CP in your phone? Hello? That's weird. That's suspicious. You're mad because I'm telling people the truth? Why are you sitting here saying you have proof? I don't have CP. I don't have that on my phone. So why is someone sitting here saying that they have proof in their phone? They're literally telling you all they have CP, but you're so mad at me. Do you not realize that someone admitted to having children like that in their phone is so weird? But yet no one cares. See, you only care when it's me, even though I said I don't have that in my phone. But someone just admitted that they had CP in their phone and children, but no one is outraged over that. No one is angry. No one is mad. Okay, I get it. If I had a way to find out who that username was, I would call the police on you. Because you just admitted to having CP in your phone. You're lucky I don't know who you are. Because that's wild. That username that says we have proof. They literally just said they have CP in their phone. They don't have CP. They don't have CP from me because I don't have that in my phone. You just admitted you had it in your phone. Why would you sit here and say you have proof? You see, that's the weird part about it. All this time they've been saying they have proof of CP, and yet why do they have children like that in their phone? And it's not from me. So you got it from somewhere, because it's not my proof. And it's weird. No, they said they have proof of the CP because I said I don't watch that. And they said, we got proof. Let's not try to lie for these people. They just admitted that. If they didn't want if they didn't want to be labeled that, then they should have thought of their words wisely. They should have chose their words wisely. Even if they have proof, they so-called claim proof, which they don't have, of me, it's still CP in their phone. Because if they're claiming I was watching CP, which I wasn't, which is nasty, very nasty, trigger warning, then why do they have it in their phone? Even if it's proof of me, you still don't hold on to something like that in your phone. You send it to the police, you contact the police and tell them you have it, and you send it to them. You don't keep that in your phone. They've had it for 4 years. Isn't that not weird? No, I'm not going to move on because that's weird. But yeah, I'm the predator. Okay. Now, these people don't think before they say anything, do they? Anyways, I got to go charge my phone. Have a good day or night where you guys are. We'll see you guys later. My phone's going to die. Well, it's not going to die. The live stream kills it, but I got to charge it. So have a good day or night where you guys are. I will see you guys later. But yeah, I gotta go. Bye guys. Good night. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for gifting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. See you guys later.